Hello everyone, today I'm here to talk all about the new Gilmore Girls trailer. Now, if you've been living under a rock, you might not know this news, but they are bringing back Gilmore Girls on Netflix. There will be 4 new chapters, pretty much as Netflix is calling it, and it'll be 90 minutes long, and it is called A Story in the Life, and you're going to get each season. So you're going to have winter, spring, summer, and fall, much like the theme song goes. So a couple weeks ago, Netflix released the first long official trailer for this, and that is what I'm here to talk about today, is the trailer. Now, I will say this is not going to be a trailer reaction because I have already watched this trailer probably like about 15 times by now. Yeah, I'm obsessed. But pretty much we're just going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about how I feel about it, what I think is going to happen, what I thought, and everything like that. If you didn't know already, I love Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls is my favorite show. I've been watching it since I've been about 16, 17. To put in retrospect, I am 28, so it's been a long love affair for me and Gilmore Girls. So to say I'm excited about this revival will be a vast understatement. I usually don't fangirl too much about things, but this is the one thing I am like really fangirling over, like it's taken over my life. I'm gonna watch the trailer again through here, just gonna pause and just talk about things, so let's get right on to it. We're just gonna go through the trailer and talk about things, so I hope that's okay. It's kind of a loose format. I thought that's just the best thing because it's Gilmore Girls and we can just go through it. So the first thing we see is a great monologue between Rory and Lorelai, and they're talking about what movie they watched last night, and they're talking about rocking and spelling. It's true fashion Gilmore Girl dialogue. I already love it. I love how they started with that because that is just quintessentially them just sitting there talking about movies and, you know, all that fun stuff. Scene after that, we have Rory and Lorelai walking, and definitely starts off the very first episode. You can tell because it's winter, and so we're getting winter, spring, summer, and fall. Now, the one confusing thing I have about this is the fact that they are holding not Luke's cups, it doesn't look like. I think everyone's been saying it's been Al's Pancake World, and I'm like, why are they not getting Luke's coffee in the morning as things already rocky with them? So, you know, I'm gonna read into every little detail because that's who I am. I have to know everything about Gilmore Girls. Lorelai asking her if she wants catching her up on all things Stars Hollow, and Rory says yes. I will say Alexis Blundell feels kind of stiff in this one particular scene of the trailer. I just feel like her voice is kind of odd. I don't know. Of course, Rory has grown up. Obviously, she's 31, I believe, when this is coming out 10 years later. And I don't know. I just feel like I don't love her as much in this scene. And maybe I'm the only one. The scene with Luke and Lorelai and Rory in the kitchen is just quintessential amazing Gilmore Girls. Him trying to cook a healthy meal and them just saying, you know, we need sustenance, but he's like, you're having tacos and they're having mini donuts. I love how they put a little bit of a Luke talking point in there because I love Luke. Luke is one of my favorites. I mean, everybody's my favorite in the show, but I seriously love Luke. Now, this next scene is my favorite scene throughout the whole trailer, is the fact when we have a huge portrait of Mr. Gilmore in the study in the Gilmore's house, and I just love that they're putting in there. I'll be honest with you, the best thing about this whole trailer was Emily Gilmore. As I've rewatched Gilmore Girls several times, I'm doing a huge rewatch again before this revival comes out. I am loving Emily Gilmore like ways I never loved her before. Used to be in the past where I found her very harsh and brutal and just a downright mean person. And yes, she is brutal and harsh and mean and all that stuff, but I'm seeing another side of her that I haven't seen before when I'm rewatching. You know how when you rewatch things, you finally start to notice things? Yes, Emily Gilmore does mean things and a lot of awful things, but she does things that she thinks are right. Now, they might not necessarily be right, but that's what she thinks are right, and she does it out of love, even though you don't perceive it as love. In her heart, it is love. She wants the best for her family and the best for her daughter and granddaughter and husband. She wants the best for everybody, but it may not be in the best ways. Do you get what I'm saying here? She does things very manipulative and harsh, but in the end you can see it's all done with love, even though it's like the worst course of action with it. But the more I watch Emily Gilmore, the more I learn that she is just an amazing, dynamic character, that at the end of the day, she is kind of manipulative and mean, but she has so much love in her heart for her family, and she will do anything. She will correct her errors. She will do anything to help keep her family together, which is a very admirable thing about Emily Gilmore. So the fact that she got this huge portrait of Mr. Gilmore in the study does not surprise me in the slightest. It is what Emily Gilmore would do, and I freaking love it, and she just loves it so much, and it's just the best scene out of the whole trailer, if I'm honest with you. I love it. I just can't wait to see more of Emily Gilmore. You know, if you feel the same way about Emily Gilmore, maybe it's just me. And also, it's so sad that he is not with us anymore, that he passed away. And I'm so sad because Mr. Gilmore was another amazing character that I'm rewatching. I'm loving even more than I ever did. I'm just very sad that he is not here for the show, but it's definitely going to bring another dynamic to the revival that we're not going to see before, is how all of these generations, these 3 generations of Gilmore Girls, are coping with such a big loss. You know, losing a husband, losing a father, losing a grandfather. Those are 3 huge components in a person's life, and we're going to see how it really affects each one of them individually, and I can't wait to see how it does, because, you know, it's a very real and predominant thing in life, and it needs to be talked about more. And, you know, as sad as it is, I am interested to see how they're going to go forth with that. And the next big scene is just Rory realizing that she is, you know, maybe not so happy with her lifestyle. As we left off with Rory in the very last of season 7, she was going on a really big campaign tour with it Congressman Barack Obama, who became president. So that's a big deal. So she's been pretty much a field reporter. I'm looking by what is on here is the same thing. It looks like she's in London quite a bit, and like maybe at a Comic-Con with like the superheroes behind her. She's just very much living on the road, and I think in this trailer it shows that Rory's kind of maybe not happy with that anymore. I think she's ready to settle down wherever that may be, and she maybe doesn't know where she wants to go in life because she's been doing this on the road thing like Jack Kerouac for so very long. She's kind of lost her way. It's interesting to see how she's gonna come back to Stars Hollow, which I do believe she is, because I know that at the Entertainment Weekly Pop Fest there has been 6 new release scenes that I have scoured the web for. Can't find them, so I guess it was just at that festival. And I think it is confirmed that Rory is living back in Stars Hollow again after moving out of her New York apartment. So that's a big deal. So she's back in Stars Hollow. Let's talk about the fact that Kirk is at a Friday night dinner. Assuming that Friday night dinners are still going on, who knows? Did Lorelai keep up with that? Even when Rory was, you know, out living her life in London, New York, wherever it may be, did Lorelai keep up with the Friday night dinners? And why, more importantly, is Kirk there? Like, that is just the most random thing ever. I can't wait to see how that progresses, but I just found that to be like, how did Kurt end up there? Like, he would be the last person I would ever expect to be at Friday night dinners. And then the next scene is probably my most heartbreaking one, because Lorelai is also seeming to be struggling to find her place in life. She seems to be that she thought she had everything she wanted, but lately she feels like she's kind of drifting and happy, and we're seeing her maybe talking to a therapist, and she's saying, Luke and I are happy. So the one thing that really makes me very nervous about this revival is the fact that Lorelai and Luke may not pan out. Now, at the end of season 7, they did not confirm it. They pretty much, you could tell that they got back together, but I had that my notion that they lived a happily ever life. So I'm nervous to see what's going to happen. I can obviously expect there's going to be problems, because with any relationship there will be problems, you know, and good times and bad times, but I'm just really hoping they don't split them up again, because I love Lorelai and Luke together. They are my favorite. So I'm nervous to see what's going to portray with that. Like, are they going to break them up? Or is she going to end up with Christopher? Because I know a lot of people want that. I am not in that camp. But I'm just, you know, it's very interesting to see what's going to happen. She is not very happy, it seems like, with where her life is going. She's missing something. I'm nervous as all get out to see what's going to portray with that. Next scene with them at the funeral, and Emily Gilmore saying, you know, she's been married for 50 years, or a piece of her is gone, and it just looks so heartbreaking. I know there will be more than a lot of tears shed, and it just, like I said, this is going to be such a sad part when we have to say goodbye to Mr. Gilmore, but it's going to be a very dynamic thing to see, and I can't wait to watch it unfold, because it's going to bring all these 3 women so closer together maybe than they haven't been before, because they've had trials and tribulations in their past. So I'm interested to see if it brings them closer together, which I think it should, and I hope it will. But it's so sad, because Emily and Richard Gilmore were just so in love and so perfect for each other. And I see when they're talking about decluttering her life, if it doesn't bring her joy, she throws it out. Again, Emily Gilmore steals this trailer. This scene with the big portrait of Richard, pure Emily Gilmore, and pure steals the whole trailer from me, honestly. I'm just so excited. And the fact that she's wearing jeans. Emily Gilmore is wearing jeans. Never have we ever seen Emily Gilmore wear nothing other than like a very sophisticated, fancy outfit. So who is this woman? She is changing. She's, you know, a big change in her life has happened. She's lost her husband. She's wearing jeans and a t-shirt and drinking alcohol with their daughter and just having a good time, it looks like. And they're bonding. I'm just so excited to see this new side of Emily Gilmore. I can't wait to see that. But the whole decluttering your life, those chairs do not bring me joy. Get them out. It's just amazing. So again, we see Rory struggling with life. She said she has no job. She has no house, pretty much. She has no credit. She has pretty much, it looks like, I don't know if she's lost her job or if her job has ended. She's very much struggling. And of course, we have a Rory and Jess scene. And I know everybody is freaking out because I know there are so many Rory and Jess shippers. And I get it. I like Jess, I do. I feel like we didn't see enough growth with him on the show because he was a very predominant part of the show seasons 2 and 3. But after that, he kind of went away and he was on the show occasionally for a couple episodes, but we kind of, but when we checked in with them, there was a tremendous amount of growth, but we didn't see that growth take place. We just saw him, like, when we left him, he was kind of really struggling with where he was, and then we pick him back up again, and he's definitely grown a lot and is very happy, and we didn't see that change, so that's why I'm very apprehensive about Jess. So I'm like, I don't know, has he really changed? Has he not? But we have this scene, and it looks like, I think people have said in the background, it looks like it says Stars Hollow publishing house or publishing store, something like that. If that's true, is just working in Stars Hollow and Rory's coming back to live in Stars Hollow. I think he's also been confirmed for 3 out of the 4 episodes. So I don't know if it's safe to say that it's definitely gonna be Rory and Jess. I would not be surprised at all if it was them because they have such a huge fan base. They really clicked throughout the show. I think they could be great together. I am looking forward to see Jess again because, like I said, I'm not 100% sold on Jess. That doesn't mean I don't like him. I just want to see more growth from him, and maybe this new revival will do it for me. Maybe I'll be like, Jess, you were everything I wanted and needed. Why did I ever doubt you? And then we get Taylor and the town meeting. Quintessential Taylor. I'm so excited to see him because he is one of my favorite townies for sure. And then Michelle. I love Michelle so very much. Random pig. What's with the random pig? I don't know. Does anybody put that together yet? Because I have no clue what this random pig is doing here. And we see another scene with Rory back at Chilton. And I know there has been photos of her speaking in front of a class, so I don't know if she's going back to Chilton to speak about her career and stuff, because we also see Paris, and she's like touching the Chilton wall, so definitely they're going to have a meetup again, which I'm excited to see Paris. Paris is one of my all-time favorites, you know. Are her and Doyle still together? Did she kick middle school's butt? Is she an awesome surgeon / doctor? Do her and Rory still keep in touch? Give me all the Paris, because I hope she's in a significant amount of this show because I love Paris. And then we also see another scene with Dean. So obviously we're going to see Dean. I mean, let's be real here, Dean and Rory never going to happen. There have been a lot of flaws with that. Dean to be like the worst guy ever. You know, I find it so hilarious that Dean started up as the perfect first boyfriend ever. Then as seasons go on, he does a huge mistake and just becomes a really different person, and you're just like, I cannot stand to even look at Dean anymore. So I don't know how much is going to be in the show, but I mean, let's just be real. There's no point of even thinking about Rory and Dean at this point. No point. And Sookie, oh my gosh, there was so much controversy whether Melissa McCarthy was going to come back. They were saying that she wasn't, and I knew in my heart, I was like, no, she's going to come back. Let's be real. And they confirmed it finally, and we have a little snippet of her, and it's just classic Sookie St. James, and everyone loves Melissa. I mean, Melissa McCarthy has blown up over these last 5 or so years, and I will always view her as Sookie St. James, always and forever. Those are her roots to me, so I am so excited to see her reprise that, and I hope to see her in Jackson, and their 3 kids all grown up now. Like, what? Oh, just everybody coming back together makes me feel all the feels. We also see a glimpse of Logan. Logan. Okay, let's talk about Logan. This might be a long video, I apologize. I like Logan. I may be one of the only few that like him. I know a lot of people really don't like Logan. I like him because I felt like we saw a tremendous amount of growth with Logan. We first met Logan, he was a douche. He was just like the worst party guy ever, didn't know where he was going with life. Even when Rory and him got together, you were still like, this guy's just kind of a jerk. And he goes on to that. The whole show is being a jerk, being not a jerk, going back and forth. But we see so much growth with him. First starting off as this boy that didn't want to do anything with a future, just wanted to live a crazy bachelor life, and then we see him at the end proposing to Rory, having a job in San Francisco, wanting to put roots down and wanting to settle down with Rory in particular. So where's this scene at? Is this him still in San Francisco? Are him and Rory talking? You know, I don't know. I feel like with Logan we see this tremendous amount of growth. He will still always be kind of dickish to me because that's who Logan is, but I like Logan. If Rory and Logan ended up together, I wouldn't be mad. What's going to happen? Is she just visiting San Francisco on one of her work trips and she pops in to say hi to him? Or Are they talking more? I don't know. I'm so freaking curious. And then we see Lane Kim, who's looking great. I'm so excited to see her and Zach, who I'm not a huge fan of, and they're twins, and I just, oh, can't wait to see. Is Hep Alien still together? Are they still rocking? And that's the trailer. Overall, I love the trailer. It gave me everything I wanted. It left me with a ton of questions because it's not going to give you everything it's not going to give you all the answers, obviously, but overall, I'm so excited for this. Looks like they're keeping true to the Gilmore Girls style and how everything's being filmed. I think the filming's a little bit different, but that changes, you know, when you switch platforms, but it looks like they're keeping the heart of the show, and that's all you can really ask for, is to keep the heart of the show and the dialogue. The dialogue is very, very important to this show. So what's going to happen? You know, season 7 was a big question mark because Amy Sherman Palladino had left the show by then. So season 7, she had nothing to do a part of. So I don't know if she's even watched it. I think she said she's refused to watch the season 7, but nothing that happened in season 7 was of her doing. So we don't know if that's what she wanted to happen. Did she want Luke and Lorelai and him together? Did she want even Logan to propose to Rory? Did she want Rory to turn it down, you know? Did she want Rory to go off and be a travel journalist? We don't know any of those because she wasn't a part of season 7. So to me, it leaves a lot more questions about what's happened, keeping with the whole story arc of season 7 of how everything left off. Is she going on with that, or is she just completely rerouting and changing things? That's something to think about because I don't know. I'm going to be reviewing each of these seasons for you guys. I will be watching them in each increment. So the goal is I have plans and a life, unfortunately, that weekend, as much as I plan not to have any plans that weekend. I have family plans and work plans, unfortunately, but anytime I will not be doing those plans. The plan is to watch Winter as soon as possible, and immediately after that, film a review on it and go on with spring, summer, and fall. And then pretty much maybe I'll do a video saying my overall feelings of all of them. So if you're interested in that, like each 4 individual episode reviews, please let me know as well. And you know, what do you think is going to happen in this revival? There are so many questions that have yet to be answered. I'm wondering about Luke and Lorelai. Who's Rory going to end up with? Even though I say I don't really care, I do. And you know, just the general happenings of everybody in town, because I'm excited to see what they're all up to. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I would love to talk everything Gilmore Girls about it. And if you want me to do a Gilmore Girls Q&A, you know, if you ask me any Gilmore questions, please leave them down below. I would love to do a Gilmore Girls Q&A. So leave your Gilmore Girls questions down below. It's coming up really, really soon, and I'm really, really freaking out about it. Like, I'm thinking about staying up till midnight just so I can start Winter. If you're the same way as me, let me know. You can be rest assured, with my Luke's mug, I will be watching this show, laughing and crying and smiling and feeling all of the emotional feels, and I cannot wait for this. I'm so excited. It's just, I can't show you how excited I am, but trust me, it is all on the inside. I'm just really, really excited. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.